We're here at one of our next installations in Penrith, or just outside Penrith. Today I'm kind of lucky because it is a bank holiday weekend and it's very quiet here, so there's not as many people doing work, which is great. It allows me to do a video and I can spend a bit of time with it. So it's great to see an actual rotary in this part of it, because it's always a bit that people are interested in and are not sure what actually goes on. What the builder done was he dug out the ring right round, and what the new way of doing a rotary is with these here, the precast toes as we call them. So what we do is we give the guys with the precast the radius of the rotary, or what this inside wall needs to be, and then they'll cast them in sections. What that leaves is the builder has to dig down, create a circle, and then what happens is that there's a round foundation put the whole way around this rotary, let it dry, and then these precast toes get set in place, and then they can form then the drain in the outside here. So the drain then is right round the outside, and then this center is where our center column goes. With our center column then there's 4 legs out to hold the rotary in position, keeps it centered. And what you can see there with again a precast tunnel, that brings your services in, your vacuum line, your electrics, your air, and it also, you can see it widening out there, and what that's for is a man pass then to come in. So gone are the days of having to dig down really deep and put in really expensive man passes. It's more cost effective now to put in this precast system, and it's a lot quicker, and it allows then people access into the middle for milk recording. On our rotaries, you'll see there's a cutout here and a cutout over it right opposite it. What therefore is our motors. On a 54 stall rotary, we will have 3 drive motors and 1 idler motor, or 1 idler wheel. And we need access to service and maintain them, change oil, check to make sure that the wheels are functioning okay and the rubbers are good on them, and servicing. That's what you get whenever we, at this stage of building. So you can get to see it, you can see the tunnel then through, and what will happen is that this corner will then form the vacuum pump room, the electrical room with it. This yard, they had to actually take down some buildings, and then they've spanned right across the whole side, put on this lovely clear roof, so there's going to be loads of light in here. One of the challenges with having such a wide building for the size of the rotary though is that what do you do with all the space? So what we've actually decided to do here is put the rotary in at the correct measurements, as far as leave 2 meters right round the rotary for access, and that's what that blue line is on the floor. And what we're going to do is put a precast wall right the whole way down, and they'll put water tanks there. They want some areas for for calves to go down, and then that'll run right the whole way to that back shed. What'll happen then is there'll be a wall, a precast down that, and that's where the backing gate will sit on. And then when we get over to the center here, that's exactly what's going to happen for the other dividing wall. So normally the outside of the building is one of the walls for the backing gate, and this we're going to actually have two precast walls for carrying it. And this is essentially all these markings on the ground just to make sure everything's correct with cow flow. So essentially the cows will exit at that circle, the feet cow will back off, and then because it's an anti-clockwise rotary, cow's going to turn to the right, so the shortest distance and degrees that she has to turn before she has to exit the rotary will be walking down the center wall here. We've put a little bit of a V on the exit so that allows that the cows get more funneled, and that'll be running a precast wall the whole way down here. So it leaves your collecting yard's going to be something in around 35 feet by 80 feet in length. We'll be holding around 220 cows in that, and then 54 in the rotary. Shed's quite tall. Again, it's to do with fitment of other buildings, but it'll all work together really well with if you take the backing gate with it. Builder's doing a really tidy job. Everything's fitting well, and yeah, the challenge is here so many different heights with everything, because we have to tie in obviously the outside yard, and we also have to tie in this lower yard for cows, and then this is where the main cow house is, and there's some cows over here. Challenges is with that is, yes, you're going to have ramps. I don't want steps, and we want to have a slight rise in the collecting yard. So we've compromised slightly in the fact that the cow doesn't compromise in this situation, it's actually the person. So what we've made is that we've made the person's going to have to come down a step of 0.5 meter from the outside to the inside here, and then that means that the cow only has to raise up half a metre from here until she's on the deck. Our deck height is a metre off where the person stands for attaching. So that there's why some compromises, not compromises, some just, you have to take that into the design process, and really the best way to do that is actually be on site and actually get your hands dirty and see what that looks and how that'll work with, for one, the builder to actually be able to build it, and two, for the cows coming on, and three, operators. So those are just some of the things that we do whenever we're designing out a rotary, and the thought that goes into it. It's not, here's a book of drawings and on you go. It's a lot more than that needs to happen to make sure you get the right outcome with a rotary.